Hi. I think we're gonna be ready to go any second now. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Give me 1 second. Need to send out a tweet. And then we'll get going. I think that's right. Let's give it a shot. All right. Let's try this. What is this? Pangoro. 3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast, Webisode 675, the Pangoro Podcast. Pangoro is a dual-type fighting dark Pokemon introduced in Generation 6. It evolves from Pancham starting at level 32 if the player has a dark-type Pokemon in their party. Pangoro is a large bipedal Pokemon resembling a humanoid panda bear. It has a stocky build with a round belly, short legs, and long arms with large paws, which are often balled into fists. Its head and belly are covered in thick white fur, while its lower body, chest, arms, and back are covered in equally thick but dark gray fur. It sounds like me. A long fringe of this dark gray fur hangs down behind its back that, in combination with the rest of the dark furred pattern, gives the impression that Pangoro is wearing a long coat and trousers. Pangoro's three-fingered paws have shorter fur, a darker shade of gray than the overcoat, and are tipped with vicious black claws. Its face tapers down to a snout, and its white color contrasts with its black ears and nose, as well as the two semicircles of black fur under its brow that render Pangoro's eyes indistinguishable. Pangoro likes to carry a thin-leaved shoot in its mouth, which has prominent lower fangs. Blah, 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 blah. Pangoro is not one to tolerate those who pick on the weak. With arms powerful enough to snap a telephone pole, it charges into battle like a berserker. Would you like to making F? Or would you like to making love? Berserker. Heedless of any damage it might suffer as it bashes its opponents. It can use the leaf in its mouth to sense the movements of those around it. Well, that is a very specific skill. It's Pangoro. It's number 675. It's a dual fighting dark type Pokemon. What is on me? It's like a spider web. It is 50% male, 50% female, 6'11" and 299 pounds. Hi guys, thanks for joining me on this Friday podcast. We are doing a Friday podcast, or Friday, god damn it, Thursday podcast. It's Thursday. Why are we doing a Thursday podcast? Because as some of you guessed, I've seen there's people who've been fans of GoNintendo for a long time. I go on one vacation a year for a week, and we go to North Carolina, and that is this coming week. We normally leave on like Friday morning, or no, Saturday morning at like 2 or 3 in the morning and drive through the night. But this time we are leaving Friday morning. So we're leaving tomorrow, but at like a regular time, like 11 or 12, something like that, and having a nice leisurely drive, which is great. But that means I won't be around to do the podcast like I usually would. So I'm doing it now. We're going out. Someone's coming in to live with the cat. We have to have someone live with the cat all week. They stay here at the house because the cat's that crazy. It's not just like, oh, come take care of the cat, drop off some food every couple days and change the litter. Nope, it's you have to live in our house 24 hours a day with the cat because he's an asshole. So they're coming. We're leaving. I'm doing the show today, just me. And as you know, as most of you know, but just in case some of you don't, just because I'm in North Carolina for the week does not mean that the site won't be updated or that we won't continue to have videos on the YouTube channel. Basically, I do my exact same work schedule, but from a different location. So I have a view of the beach while I'm updating the site. Work continues as usual. There will be absolutely no difference in coverage on the site, or might be a little different here on YouTube because I'll be recording on my phone and I don't have a laptop that can handle editing, as sad as that is. But we will have video content. But yes, regular website updates and tweets and Facebook and all that jazz. That's going on as usual. So don't fret. I will continue. Hello, Shillelagh and T27 Duck and Do and Cedar and Purin and Nightmare Ninja and Stitched and the Aloe Wolf and Saltine Supreme and Jammy Cooks. Go check out Jammy Cooks' YouTube channel. Jammy Cooks, feel free to spam that in the chat if you want, and I'll read it out for everybody. And Red Feather 3 and Robert. Did I say hi to Robert? And It's a Trap and Steel Diver and Jumpman, who says it's 1:45 in the morning where he is. And Mario Lopez. Oh my God. The Mario Lopez? That would be such an honor. Yeah, any Mario Lopez is an honor. Did I say Omar? Hi, Omar. And everybody else that I missed. I apologize. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, Omar, that's always my worry. I have two worries when I go to North Carolina every week. I'm like, boy, I really hope that it's not a busy week when I go, because I am working on my laptop and I am, with 20 other family members hanging out. So I do like some free time. I mean, it's the usual free time I would get when I update from GoNintendo here. So I do a whole round and then I take an hour break and get something to eat and relax or whatever, and then go back to it. So those hours are even more precious when I'm in North Carolina on vacation. But I'm always like, God, please don't let there be anything super big going on this week. I really don't want it to be busy. My worst fear is that Nintendo announces a Nintendo Direct when I'm in North Carolina for that week. And so far, it hasn't happened. But I'm sure I've just jinxed myself. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, my other fear is, boy, I hope this house has good internet. I know the house we're staying at has internet. I know it has Wi-Fi, but it's always a gamble as to whether it's good or not. If it was so bad that I couldn't use it, I would have to drive home. I don't have any other option. But again, that hasn't happened. So really not a vacation. It's just basically me changing where I'm working for a week. But I get to be surrounded by family and ocean air and all that good stuff. So that's good. I'm looking to see. Oh, I won't let Jammy link his channel. Can you just search Jammy Cooks on YouTube? Jammy does a whole bunch of videos where he mostly recreates food that's found in video games. And obviously there's not recipes for those foods, but to his best ability, he creates those. And some of them I would actually eat. And I know I'm a big guy, but I don't really eat a lot. Don't stray too far from the norm. But some of the stuff he's created, I'm like, oh man, that looks really good. I could never make it, but he certainly can. So check out his YouTube channel. It's an awesome channel. Yes, Omar, last year for the very first time. If you're in the chat, you can click on Jammy's name and get to his channel. Omar, for the very first time last year, I had to do a podcast in North Carolina while I was on vacation. Usually our rentals are Saturday to Saturday. So I can do a podcast Friday, go out for the weekend, and Saturday we come back and I do a podcast when we get back. But we had a Sunday to Sunday rental last year, and oh my God, that means I had to bring my microphones and camera and all that stuff with me, and it's just a nightmare. Plus, it was the last day of vacation, so man, I really didn't like that. That was a really bad time. Plus, I had to rely on the internet there, which wasn't the best for got work done, but not for streaming. But anyway, yes, back to regular this time, so I'm excited for that. There was something I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, back here right here under my index finger. There's headphones. Oh, God, this mirror stuff. Why can't I? There we go. And headphones. So these two headphones. Whoop, 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 whoop. We're doing reviews of those on the YouTube channel soon, because now that Fortnite's on Switch and has been for a while, and you can just plug in a headset and chat with other people without going through Nintendo's app or anything. Hello, I'm an FNT Rex. Headset companies have been reaching out and be like, hey, why don't you check out our Switch-supported headsets? So I'm going to do that. I want to say thank you to Turtle Beach, who sent the blue headset right here. And I want to say thank you to Trust, who sent the red headset. There's another headset from Trust back there that I haven't opened up yet, but The really cool thing about Trust is one of the people who's working there is a GoNintendo fan. So he's been reading the site and listening to the podcast for a million years now. And he reached out and he's like, hey, now I'm working at this company that does headsets for games and gaming platforms. And we would love for you to check out our stuff. So I said, sure, that'd be great. Thank you very much for offering. Hello, Miniwar Mongor or Miniwar Monger and Traskin7. So I'm going to be doing those, but I've been using both of them in Fortnite. This is the Trust pamphlet. Nobody's paying me to do this. They don't want me to say nice stuff or anything like that. I had it sitting here on my desk. So these are the headphones that I got. The GXT353 vibration headset, and I know it says for PS4, but it's also for Switch. So I've been using those. Used them a couple nights in a row. Once I haven't used it to talk with someone on Fortnite yet, but I used it to play Fortnite because the person I was playing with has just moved and I didn't know where their headset was. It's Austin, name of Austin. So he had to do the mic that plugged in through his phone. So we were using Discord, blah, 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 blah. But I've been using the headset for just like listening to music and playing games in general. And yeah, they have a vibration feature, which is something I didn't know headsets had. It's insane. Like there's a little button, you can turn it on and off. You hit the button and you get vibration with the boost and other rumbling noises and stuff like that. So for music, it's really cool because it's going along with the beat of the song. But on top of that, in games, when you have, big explosions or stuff like that, like a rocket launcher or anything, it gives like a real vibration punch on your head. And Austin, if you tweet him at any Austin, that's ANY_Austin, he will attest to this. We were playing a game and we were playing Fortnite and he had a hunting rifle and he was standing like in the game. He was standing right behind me and I didn't know he was going to take a shot. Hello, No Filter. Hello, Spectre. He took a shot. Hunting rifle's loud. He was right next to me in game, so it was really loud. I didn't know he was going to take the shot, and it shook my head so much that it honestly scared me. I was like, oh my God. I said, I had no idea you're going to do that. That was really, really an experience. So now I'm ready for it. I'm like, got to be ready for rockets and stuff like that. But it's really cool. I don't know if the button also enhances bass. I'll have to read the instructions and see if it says anything about that. But I swear it does. I swear it makes bass deeper. That's just my impressions. But yeah, I'm gonna have a video on those things. So very excited to share that for you. Also, I want to say, Austin and myself, like I said, we're playing Fortnite, and we got our first duos win. I've gotten squad wins. I've gotten solo wins, but I haven't been able to find someone to get a duos win with, and we pulled it off. And it was Austin's first win in general in Fortnite, first win ever. So it was a great moment. Omar says you have to record you and Austin playing Fortnite. Yeah, we've talked about it. We definitely want to. We don't say anything inappropriate or anything like that, outside of cursing or whatever. But when we're playing, we talk nonstop because basically it's like a phone call, but we're also playing a game at the same time. So like the game that we won, it just kind of all came together. Like we talk about stuff going on in the game, but I want to say very little amounts of it. Just like, oh, there's a guy over here, and that's that. We usually just are BSing about like, what have we talked about? Game shows, our mutual love of game shows, Serial, like I said, him moving, talking about, we've talked about Fortnite lingo in general, like the words that youngsters are using to describe Fortnite and stuff like that. And just, we played with Jules Watcham too a couple weeks ago. We just had a blast. We had a real fun time, but we're not like focused on the, hello, Canadian Rambo. We're not like focused on the game in our discussion. We're just BSing about whatever. I don't know if that would be fun for you guys to listen to. I have a blast. I love playing that game with him. I guess I would love playing any game with him. Hello, Requi the Demigod. So, yeah, we've had a lot of fun. I'm sure we're going to try recording one of them at some point and just throw it up on one of our channels or both. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do with it. But yeah, I know you guys want to, at least some of you want to see that. And I'm sure sure a few out there would be interested in it. So, one last thing before we get to news. The new Parents Play episode is out if you haven't watched it. If you're watching the podcast live right now, you're on the very channel where Parents Play is. It's Parents Play Fortnite. My mom and dad played Fortnite this time. 2 rounds each between them, so you can watch that. It's like, I want to say it's like a 12-minute episode, something like that, so it doesn't take up a lot. Like, you're watching a podcast. This could be an hour and a half. 10 minutes of Parents Play. So, thank you to those of you who have checked that out. If you have not checked it out yet, I would love it if you did. And if you could spread the word on it, if you enjoy it, that would be very much appreciated. I would love for it to get out there in all different walks of life, and maybe some other fans will come and find it. I haven't posted it on GoNintendo yet. It's just for the YouTube subscribers. So I don't really mix too much between GoNintendo.com and the YouTube channel. If there's a video review, I will post that. But when it comes to the other stuff, I kind of just let the YouTube thing do its thing. Maybe I should change that, but I haven't posted the Parents Play there yet. I will. But for those of you, like I said, those of you who watch, thank you very much. All right. So because it's a Thursday, and normally we do the show on Saturday, I'm missing basically a day and a half, because Thursday's not over, of news. But we're going to go through what's here and see what we got to talk about. I'm also toying with screen share, because I'm on a computer that can actually like handle it. So I'm like, oh, I wonder if I should like do screen share where, I'm sorry if you're listening to the typing. I'm sorry for you listening to the typing. Everybody's hearing it. I'm like, I wonder if I should do screen share so people who are watching the podcast can get something more interesting to look at, rather than just my ugly mug while I'm talking about stories. So, what the hell? Sorry, my phone. Let's give this a shot. Share this. Screen 2. Yeah, I want to do that. Share. Present to everyone. Okay, if you guys can, hello Twisted End, if you guys can see that, let me know. It might be choppy, but it's something. Look at this. Wow, I can see it. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it. All right, let's talk about this. So we have some UK software sales that involve, obviously, Octopath Traveler, which you're looking at right now. Thank you for letting me know you can see it, Video Game Guru. We're talking about Octopath Traveler sales in the UK specifically, and then we're going to break down some other UK games. Hello, Deontay. Good to see you. So first, we're starting off with Crash Bandicoot: The Insane Trilogy. It was #1 again in the UK, so that's going to pertain to Xbox One, PS4, and Switch. 3rd week in a row where it was #1. They say the Xbox One version is performing marginally better than the Switch version, but they're both doing very well. And they want it's specifically pointed out that this is something very specific to the UK market, because UK, like I've said a million times, is PlayStation territory, but Xbox is popular there as well. Certainly not as strong as PlayStation, but Xbox is, you know, a gamer brand, stuff like that. So that's why we're seeing a little bit more of a stronger performance. But they do point out that the Switch edition of Crash Bandicoot: The Insane Trilogy is performing strongest across other parts of Europe. So this is UK specific that we're seeing this. Lego Incredibles came out. It was #2. It debuted below Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, but ahead of Lego Ninjago the movie. 46% of sales are on PS4, 30% on Xbox One, and 23% on Switch. Octopath Traveler debuted at #3, and it has almost double the sales of Bravely Default's debut, and more than double the sales of Bravely Second's debut. So that's excellent news. It beat out both. And they point out that if charts were by revenue, Octopath Traveler will be #1 because it's a full-price game. Whereas Lego The Incredibles, I want to say, is the equivalent of $40 over there, and Crash Bandicoot is the equivalent of $30. So Octopath Traveler is the equivalent of $60. And debuting at #3 with the amount of copies that were sold, it would have been #1, or it is #1 in terms of revenue. Then we have finally Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which came in at number 4. The Switch version accounted for 93% of sales, which I really don't think is that surprising. As you might guess, the other 7% were 3DS. And the opening week sales in the UK were 40% lower than what the Wii U version managed. So people who bought the Wii U version over there didn't feel like buying the Switch version again, or the 3DS version for that matter. Or at least those who did were very few and far between. But yeah, good week for Nintendo in general, and obviously fantastic news for Square Enix all around. Octopath Traveler has been doing great in Japan and North America. We don't have hard details on sales in North America yet. Those will come in a couple of weeks. Well, we've seen it sold out at online retailers. We see it number 1 on the eShop, stuff like that. So it's definitely doing well. Is it still going over here? Yeah. Sean Sneecha has the first comment, and he says, Captain Toad debuting worse than the Wii U version is probably down to the Switch having many, many more games out than the Wii U did when its version is released. Well, I think, Captain Toad, and that is a budget price title too. I just feel like maybe there's a whole bunch of reasons, obviously, but it seems like the majority of people that bought it on the Wii U were like, I'm cool with just having a Wii U one. I don't need to spend more money on this re-release, because there's like 4 bonus levels or something like that. You're not getting too much content out of the added in for this one. So we'll see how things go from now. But as far as UK, that's excellent news, because like I said, not exactly the biggest Nintendo fans over there. Now let's see what happens if I do this. I click this. You can see all this. You can see everything. I don't have anything that you shouldn't see. I didn't think of this stuff. I'm like, I got to make sure I don't show anything that that has like passwords or anything in it, like this up here, right here. Oh, that's my login. But it's fine. Next story. Well, let's do this. All right, let's do this. The next story. See if I had somebody. Whoop, smash boars. I love that you can see my typos. Yeah, let's do this. All right, so the next one, we're talking about Smash Brothers, because Smash Brothers Ultimate is going to be at San Diego Comic-Con, which is going on right now. Comic-Con started today, at least San Diego Comic-Con. And you can head there between July 19th today and July 22nd to play Smash Brothers Ultimate. Obviously, Nintendo's booth is going to have a lot of other games. And they have the Nintendo Gaming Lounge located in the San Diego Ballroom of the Marriott Marquis and Marina, which is just adjacent to the San Diego Convention Center. You can check out games like Smash Brothers Ultimate, Mario Tennis Aces, FIFA 19, Super Mario Odyssey, Just Dance 2019 with a special dance floor. So you can actually go there and dance on a dance floor. You can check out the Pokeball Plus controller if you want to, which obviously goes along with Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. There are fun games. That's all it says. Fun games. Take part in family-friendly challenges in Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, and take memorable, shareable photos in front of a colorful backdrop inspired by Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. So obviously, if you're listening to this podcast, and you're going to Comic-Con, you're already going to check out what Nintendo's got going on. You're not going to be like, oh yeah, Nintendo's here. I completely forgot. You're probably going to rush right to the booth and play Smash Brothers. I just saw what the chat is saying. Jamie says got to close 10 hentai tabs. I did consider before I did this screen share thing, like opening tabs that said hentai and other stuff like that on it, and just like not draw attention to it at all. Here, look, you can see some of the things that I'm interested in over here. This was Parents Play related, the Fozzie video. I'm a big fan of the band Knower, and I was listening to this streaming channel today with all this awesome music. So there, that's me. And then, Nintendo stuff. I mean, obviously there's going to be Nintendo stuff. What else we got down here? Usually I just use YouTube for WWE. Usually I just use YouTube for music. So, I mean, other than work, I'm using it for music. I just let it stream all day and take it where it wants me to go. All right, let's see what the next story is and if there's something related. Okay, this one I can... Oh, this is confusing me. It's like looking into a wormhole. Stop screen sharing. Boop, you're back to me. Hi. because this time we don't need. I'm not going through trailers of 9 different games. Super Rare Games, which is another one of those, I guess you'd call boutique retailers who does limited physical releases for the Switch, has announced that they have 9 games on the Switch. Do says this is painful, so I should stop doing it. Is that true? If you guys in the regular chat, oh, he says the video's choppy. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. Is the choppy video worse than just footage of me? All right, tell me in the chat, do you want just me, or do you want the choppy trailers to go along with it? You let me know. I think it's because of the settings that I have, because when I'm downstairs on the laptop, the Wi-Fi doesn't reach as far, and my settings stay like that in YouTube. So I didn't change them around because it's a one-time thing. You let me know while I tell you about these 9 games. Super Rare Games is bringing out 9 retail Switch titles. So not all these, most of these are available on the Switch eShop right now. But if you hold out, you'll be able to get physical releases. The lineup includes Mutant Mudds Collection, which is from our friend Jules Watcham at Atui. Worms, WMD is getting a retail release. Knights of Pen and Paper, as well as Knights of Pen and Paper 2. The Faerun Collection, Steriden Binary Stars, N++, The Adventure Pals, and Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time. Those are all coming out retail. They will all be $35 each, and they will all include a sticker and a trading card pack. They will have between 3,000 and 5,000 copies of each game. So obviously super rare, which is where the game comes from, or which is where the name comes from. Angela says, why are you wearing a bandana? I used to wear bandanas all the time. Like I just used to, I have so many bandanas upstairs. Why I'm wearing a bandana now? Because it's hot in my office. I have a fan right here, but obviously I'm not using the fan because I don't want to screw up the microphones. And we're going to North Carolina tomorrow, so my clothing is either clean and packed or about to be packed. So I didn't want to take another shirt and just like dirty it for, I make myself sound like I'm disgusting. Not that I'm not, but I don't want to just like waste a shirt for the podcast. So I put this on, which is a hooded sweatshirt, and it's hot. And all my other hats are super hot. I have the captain's hat. I have the Sonic hat that I wore in a video recently. I have the Splatoon hat from... Uh-oh, what happened? The video just died. All right. I'll call your bluff, YouTube. Let's see if I can fix this. Camera, turn on. Hi, I'm back. I don't know what happened. Maybe it wasn't disconnected. Maybe the wire's got a kink in it or something. I don't know. I apologize about that. But yeah, I have a whole bunch of different hats. They're just too hot. Like, look at this hat, which makes me look like a penis. This hat is too hot. I would normally wear it, but like if I was doing today's big story, those videos take like 10 minutes to record. I'd wear it for that, but I'm sitting here for an hour and a half. So I put on the old bandana rather than making you stare at my bald head. I gotta shave. It's not that it's a bald head. It's that it's the friar tuck. And I need to shave my head. I mean, like, I'm not embarrassed. I'd show anybody. I don't care. It's just, I prefer to look with a bandana rather than the friar tuck. If I had time to actually shave my head, then I would, then I'd go without anything. Swedish Galaxy 94 says only 3,000 to 5,000 copies. I wouldn't call that a physical release, but a limited physical release. Well, yes. I mean, Super Rare Games, these boutique retailers that are doing these physical releases can't afford to put out, I don't know, 50,000 copies a retail release because they don't have that kind of cash. They can't afford something like that. So they're doing the best they can. I mean, obviously, bigger games like whatever company, Super Rare Games or Limited Run or whoever it is, there are certain titles where they're like, okay, this is worthy of 20,000 copies or something like that because they see they see that there's going to be a bigger demand for it or something like that. But yeah, with stuff like all these games that I listed, the 3,000 to 5,000 range seems like it would work out well. And there's a lot of games on that list that I would definitely recommend. I'm going to pick up N++ retail because I just love that game, and I'm going to do the same for Mutant Mudds collection because I'm good friends with Jules. I love those games too. I'm in one of those games. I can physically own a copy of a game I'm in. Man, that blows my mind. It still blows my mind that happened. Hi, thanks for welcoming me back, people. Let me go back and see what people said. Somebody says your computer's too old to handle it. No, it's not. This computer is old, but it can definitely handle it. It's like I said, the internet connection settings that I have set up for screen share. Nobody really seems like they care about the footage, so I won't do it. That's it. We're done. I was going to do a trailer for this one, but now I'm not going to because you don't want it. Epic has announced that Fortnite has made over $1 billion in revenue from Fortnite in-game purchases. So, I play Fortnite a lot. I've talked about Fortnite earlier in today's show. I have not spent a single penny. Hello, Lanquin. I've not spent a single penny on Fortnite. I'm not knocking anyone that does. If you do, that's completely fine. I'm not going to say I haven't considered it, but I just haven't done it. I haven't seen the item or I haven't seen the emote or the costume yet where I'm like, oh, I really want to put a couple bucks in and get that. It just hasn't happened yet. But clearly, lots of people are because, like I said, they made over $1 billion so far from in-game purchases. And also, it's worth pointing out that almost 700 million hours of Battle Royale content is viewed on Twitch, with Fortnite alone accounting for 83% of that. So that's pretty crazy. Lanquin, K-Dog has not spent money on Fortnite yet, but she came really close. She talked about it last time we played, and she was like, I don't know. I don't know if I should do it because I want to dance, but I don't want to spend money on a dance. And I like this costume. She's teetering. She's going to do it. I think we're going to be in a house full of people who are playing Fortnite next week for vacation. And some of them have bought stuff, and I imagine they're going to push her to buy something. So this time next week, I bet she's going to have at least one costume or something. Hold on a second. I have to ask someone something. So yeah, as of May was their highest revenue reported, and that's only because we don't have the data on June yet. So the graph, which I could show you, it's an image, but whatever. I should have set it up before. The line is like tick up, and then we get to February, and it's like boom, and then we get to March, and it's like boom, a little bit higher, and then we get to April to May. And it's still going up higher, but it's leveling out a little bit. But season 5 hits. So I imagine the next one is going to be another sharp line up because everybody's buying a whole bunch of stuff. So we'll see what that is now. But I would say $1 billion is kind of a big deal. I mean, I would be happy with 250 million. So I'm not a greedy person. Wraith9 says, I contributed $30 to it last night since my son wanted to save the world campaign, though it will be free later this year. He earned it to do some extra chores, so I was going to argue. It's weirdly written, but I know what you mean. Hey, the kid did his chores and he got the cash, so why not? Oh, okay. I got you, T27 Duck. Now I understand. Sorry, I thought, hello, how do I say this name? I'm just going to say Tabenton. Do I say the X before your name? Either way, thank you very much. It's very nice of you to say. You're the man or woman. I don't know what you are, but whatever you are, you're it. All right, next story is... So I was saying that basically the Pokemon drip feed of information is going on right now when it pertains, as far as it pertains to Pokemon even some working title just so I could call it something else instead of just being like Pokemon Switch 2019. But in the most recent issue of Famitsu, Game Freak's Junichi Masuda talked a little bit about it, a very little bit. I'll give you the details of what he said, which is there's information to be gleaned from it, but nothing like, super surprising or like no real big insight into the game. He says, as for the 2019 title, we're working with the idea that everyone will be playing on their own Switch. It'll have the same kind of feeling as the previous games on handheld systems. Then he's asked about being able to transfer Pokemon from Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee to this new game. And he says, there have been times when you couldn't bring Pokemon over from previous titles. I imagine that created some bad memories. I want to try and change that if I can. So, I mean, what, they're going to have one new Pokemon in this game? So, I mean, the other ones I'm sure will be in the game, but who knows, maybe that one Pokemon that is going to be new in this game won't be a part of that one, and you'll be able to transfer it over. I don't know. He says, X-Tabentune. It's actually a Mayan honey alcoholic drink. X-Tabentune. X-Tabentune. All right, well, thank you. I learned something today. I don't drink alcohol at all, so like I don't even know what's going on with like I quote unquote traditional alcohols. So all of it's foreign to me. But thank you. Now I learned something. That's maybe that'll help me in Trivial Pursuit one day. Here's an exciting story for fans of Mega Man X. There hasn't been a new X game in I think roughly a billion years. What was it really? 2004? Yes, 2004. Well, it seems like there might be a new X game in the pipeline or something X related, not specifically a game, but something. Now we know Mega Man X Legacy Collection 1 and 2 are for Switch, and they're obviously introducing newcomers to the X series and welcoming back old fans as well. And part of that over in Japan is they're selling a Mega Man X Legacy Collection 1 and 2 soundtrack. And that soundtrack comes with an art booklet. And on the very last page of the art booklet, there's a blurb that says, the story of X's fight is not yet over. So that sounds like they're going to continue the X franchise in some way. Now, knowing Capcom, it could be like Mega Man X9 Pachinko Edition or something like that. Slot Machine Edition, something to make fans angry. Or, Mobile Edition, something like that. But hopefully that's not the case. I mean, obviously, Mega Man's always been important to Capcom, but in recent years, it's coming back up to the notoriety that it once had. And we're going to see where it goes for Mega Man 11, because there's big things going on for the Mega Man franchise, like Mega Man 11, these re-releases of these games, but also the new cartoon that's going to be on Cartoon Network, which I know a lot of people don't like the look of that cartoon. I'll tell you that I personally don't like the look of what I've seen so far, but it wouldn't stop me from watching the show. It's the same with game graphics. I don't care about how bad the game graphics are. If the game is fun, I will play it. Same with a TV show, movie, cartoon, whatever. I don't care how bad or unesthetically pleasing I find it. If the content itself, as far as story, characters, and all that, is engaging, I'll watch it. So I'm definitely going to check out this new Mega Man cartoon. I'm hoping the footage that they're showing soon, where they're showing first footage somewhere. I don't remember where, but I'm eager to check that out. So depending on how the cartoon does and how well Mega Man 10 or 11 sells, and again, Mega Man 11 is a budget title. It's not a full price $60 game. We could see another boon for Mega Man, and that would certainly give Capcom some more reason to continue the X franchise. They're saying here it's fight is not over yet, but they don't say new game. Like I said, we don't know what way they're going to continue it. But hopefully there's a new game. I think from 2004 to now is a long enough time to bring us a new X game. The Last Blade says, not if you played Mega Man 0, 1 to 4. Well, yes, that is true, but but not traditionally numbered X games. But yes, the 0 games scratch that itch, and that's all that I'll say because I don't want to spoil things for people. Man, I really like those games. I'm sad they didn't continue those more. I thought for sure we would have gotten a couple more on 3DS, but no, we did not, which makes me sad. But what are you going to do? Oh, what are you going to do? You're going to play 20XX, that game that's basically Mega Man, but is procedurally generated and not actually related to Mega Man and not from Capcom. But if you want a Mega Man fix, that's a good game to go with for now while you wait for 11 to come out. Sakurai says that he was extremely worried that Smash Bros. Ultimate would leak. Now, okay. I know the game leaked before E3, but it was part of a 4chan leak, and it was something that nobody really believed. So while it was out there and it leaked in terms of like generic tidbits about what the game was going to be like, it didn't blow up or anything because outlets didn't really report on it, myself included, because we're like, well, it's 4chan, I don't know. So we hung back, but yes, it leaked. But there wasn't a huge leak. There wasn't even, I would say, a minor leak. It was very contained. There were people that knew that the 4chan thing was going on, but it didn't really reach the masses. So as far as Sakurai is concerned, I don't know if he knows about that leak, but as far as he's concerned, there was no leak, and he's very happy about it. But he was extremely paranoid that there would be a leak. And he's talking about the content that was at E3. Obviously, we knew Smash Brothers was going to be at E3, but we didn't know it was called Ultimate. We didn't know what the deal was with the roster or what they were. We didn't know anything. He says they took some really extreme measures to make sure that things didn't leak out. They didn't print out any materials for the game. They didn't want anything that could be taken, that a picture could be snapped or information could easily get away from someone, and some less than savory people could take it and post it on the internet. He also says that they didn't set up any displays for E3 2018. So, you know, they do the booth stuff, and we've had Nintendo leaks in the past, like a day or two before E3, because Nintendo is having their booth set up, and they put up the marquees and the posters and the displays and everything, and people snap pictures of that stuff. So they didn't do any of that. They also didn't show anything for Smash Brothers on the big screen at E3 until after the Direct presentation. So even if people were wandering around the area or the show floor like an hour before the Direct aired, they wanted to make sure everyone there was kept in the dark, so they didn't show anything there. They kept things so secret that the majority of Nintendo employees didn't even know what was going on with Smash Bros. Ultimate. They found out from watching the Direct. So that goes to show the great lengths that Sakurai and the team took to hide it from everybody. So he's very happy that that information stayed there, because he liked the secret of the game being everyone coming back. Like everyone that's ever been on the roster is coming back to be a part of this game. He feels like that's a really cool thing. And he was terrified that that was going to get out, because he's like, that's the theme of the game. That's the main thing. I don't want people to know that. The Opponent has the top-rated comment, and he says, somewhere out there, people like Liam Robertson, Tom Phillips, Emily Rogers, Laura Kate Dale, and all other leakers just looking for some retweets and Patreon dollars at the expense of years of developers' hard work are cringing their skin off. That is the top-rated comment according to GoNintendo readers. I'm not getting into it. You know how I feel about some of those people. I won't name names, but I will say I said I wouldn't get into it. I'm not getting into it. Next story. Sakurai says that this type of Smash Brothers game, Smash Brothers Ultimate, can only happen once. You can only do this once, where you bring back everybody, because it's like, not only is it a massive amount of work, but it's like a big deal getting all these characters together again, even if they've appeared in previous Smash Brothers games, especially when it comes to third-party characters. That doesn't mean it's easy to get them back into a game. So all of these licenses and companies and developers and publishers working together to make this happen is a huge undertaking. He says this can only happen once, really. So he's saying this is a really special event, and he wants to point out that future Smash Brothers games will likely have fewer characters in this. It's not like this Smash Brothers game is going to have every character ever, and then every Smash Brothers game after is going to have every character ever plus 15 more. That's not how it's going to work. So he's saying this is special, and I'm trying to explain why it's special. So and as far as the next game, he's saying, I'm not worrying about the next game now. I'm worrying about this game. He's like, I kind of worried that we've done something so big with this one that I've kind of screwed over future installments, because they're going to have smaller rosters, and we don't know what we're going to do. But he's like, that's a worry for another day. Right now, I'm focused on making this game the best it can absolutely be. Hello, Mother Brain. Eric XC says, but I can't go back to a game with only 12 fighting characters. No, Sakurai, don't. And I'm not just saying this because I know my favorite character would be on the chopping block. Eric doesn't tell us who his favorite character is. I want to know who your favorite character is. Yeah, if they Every time there's a Smash Brothers game announced, I'm like, is this the one where Rob's going to get the heave-ho? Is Rob going to be left out? It hasn't happened yet. I think it's going to happen. I really do. But we're not there yet, so I got to enjoy Rob's tenure as it lasts. Dylan's Dead Heat Breakers. Do you know about Dylan's Dead Heat Breakers? Do you know that it's out on the Switch on the 3DS right now? Do you even know what the franchise is? Do you know who Dylan is? Do you know anything about it? Excuse me. Nintendo says that they aren't sure that people know that the game released. This is Nintendo's Kensuke Tanabe. He says, I really only know what people are saying online. What I see personally is that many people are not aware that this game has been released, and I want more people to play this game. I've actually been wanting to make an RPG with Dylan as a main character for a while. I'm hoping this game reaches a wide enough audience that we can make that plan come true in the future. So this is followed up by Jun Suda, who works at, what's that company? Vanpool, who also worked on the game. And June says, I bet the players who like Dylan and the setting actually are pretty secretive about it. I would like more people to know about the game. It's not like a popular restaurant, so there won't be a sudden crowd or a long wait time or anything. So to any new players who have an interest now after reading this article, please give the game a try. You won't regret it. I think there's a number of factors that go into this game not getting attention. Yes, I think people don't know, not just don't know that it released, they don't know it exists. B, I know a lot of people have decided they're done with the 3DS, so they're just not buying things there anymore. They don't play their 3DS anymore. C, I know it's not like the first title was a huge hit or anything like that. I guess it did well enough to warrant a sequel, but it's not like it was a massive title and a huge hit and lots of people were talking about it online or anything like that. And D, I know a lot of people are turned off by tower defense mechanics, myself included. So there's a lot of factors working against this game, and I think that's led us to where we are now. Now, Nintendo didn't share how many downloads the game has, which would have been nice. It's basically Nintendo saying it's not selling well and we would like it to sell better, but they won't give us any details on what's going on. Who knows? Maybe there'll be a sale or something that'll spur people on. For me personally, I really don't like tower defense stuff. I don't enjoy it. I don't think it's fun. It makes me nervous. It's just not a mechanic that I like in games. But reading this has made me want to give it a shot. This other guy says you won't regret it, so maybe I won't. Maybe it'll open my eyes in ways I didn't expect it to. I can certainly give it a try. So I'm going to do that. And maybe some others will too. We'll see. Maybe this interview drummed up some interest. I don't know. But I'll do my part. I'll take a look at the game. Steel Diver says, but the 3DS is still a viable platform, right? So like I said, some people are saying 3DS is dead as far as people going on and checking out games or buying games for it. 3DS is certainly not dead, and the platform is still selling. And selling well in the United States, doing better than it did at this period last year. So it's definitely selling. But then you also have the fact that there's so many other 3DS games out there. If you're just buying a 3DS or a 2DS now, you have over 1,000 games to go through. So your first stops are going to be the Marios, the Zeldas, Pokemon, all those first-party things that you missed out on. And I don't know that Dylan is ever going to register on your radar. I mean, even if you're a little kid specifically, you don't know a thing about Dylan. You're not looking for that. You want to play Mario Kart 7 for the rest of your life. So that's going to be it. So I don't know what to expect. But hello, Mario of 7 stars. Thanks for joining us. You're here 47 minutes in, but I still appreciate it. So yeah, I don't think the future is too bright for Dylan, but who knows? Maybe something could turn around. Nintendo also revealed that they were at one time working on a horror title starring Tingle. Yeah, that Tingle. So as I said in my video for today's big story, I'm a big fan of Tingle. I imported freshly picked Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land, sitting on a shelf back there. I can't see my camera. Sitting on a shelf back there. It's like It's like over here somewhere. It's back there, trust me. I showed the box yesterday. So because I was like, this is never going to release in North America, and it didn't. And then the second game just didn't release anywhere but Japan. But they were working on 8 years ago, so back in 2010, they were working on a Tingle horror game. They didn't say the platform, but I would imagine 3DS. But they say the project was canceled due to a variety of reasons. What are those reasons? Lots of people don't like Tingle. Lots of people don't like Tingle. Lots of people really think that's the only reason. So, Sean Sneecha says, I'm sure this will be an unpopular opinion, but I'm glad this project was canceled. Well, that is an unpopular opinion with me, my friend. I don't know that. I don't want to come down hard on Sean here, but I would never be like, I'm happy this game got canceled. I'm happy this game didn't come out. I guess I shouldn't say never, because maybe if like, oh God, I don't want to get myself in trouble here. I don't know how to address this without getting in trouble. Let's just say I'm sure there would be some circumstances where absolutely horrible people were making a horrible game, not in the sense that it was not fun to play, but it was delivering a message that was absolutely disgusting and horrific. If that game got canceled, I would be like, okay, I'm kind of happy that got canceled. But just like a game, you know, whatever it may be, this Tingle game or like Katamari Damacy or, Rescue Pups or whatever the hell that franchise is. Like if those games got canceled and somebody was like, oh, I'm so happy that got canceled. Why? Like those games are going to bring joy to some people. Like just because you don't like it doesn't mean it doesn't have to exist at all. So, but I know I'm opening up myself. What happened to the soundboard, Omar? I can only do so much, you know. I'm one person today. Oh, fine. Sure, I could find it very quickly. All right, here it is. I got the soundboard. What are we doing here? This week's European downloads.
Let's have a little fun.
There you go. Let's have a little fun. Let's have a little fun for these European downloads.
Huh? What?
There you go. There's the soundboard. I'll try and interject when I can. It's very hollow, Timothy. It's very hard to do the soundboard as well as everything else. Europe, what did Europe get? They got Mugsters. Mugsters is a physics-based supercharged action-packed puzzler with sandbox levels. Sandbox levels. See? Soundboard is already screwing me up. Where you must outrun, outmaneuver, and outsmart your enemies by experimenting with different vehicles, environmental traps, and explosives. Hand of Fate 2 comes out on July... No. It's out now in Europe, but there's a special sale until July 24th. Sausage Sports Club is available. Beat Rush, Hungry Shark World, Animal Rivals, The Moose Man, Vertical Strike Endless Challenge, Arcade Archive City Connection, Arcade, blah, 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 Neo Geo League Bowling, Frost, Guts and Glory, Lost Phones Stories, Pure Electric Love, What Do You Want? Eri Kitami. That is the dating simulator with the lewd pictures in it of real people. There's also Pure Electric Love, Everyone Else, Emma Sakura, same deal, different model. There's a third one, Pure Electric Love, Look at My Eyes, Mo Yamauchi. Moe. So there you go, 3 lewd girl games for you to check out. Star Story, The Horizon Escapes, Starship Avenger, Operation Take Back Earth. Sounds like an important operation. Tanzia, Cartoon Network Adventure Time, Pirates of the Enchiridion, Arcade Archive Sky Skipper, Hiroki, Toho Genso Wanderer Reloaded, Void Space Racing, Werewolf Pinball, Monopoly, got a demo, just in case for some reason you don't know what Monopoly is about. Spectre. Oh, yes, you did hear Sausage Sports Club, yes. DLC for Galgun 2 and Sonic Mania, which is the Sonic Mania Plus content. Pick-a-Pick Deluxe got DLC. Wait a minute. Lots of DLC for that lewd game. Wow, man, lots. It just keeps going. World Neverland got DLC. DLC. Every game's got DLC. I don't need to go through all these. 3DS has a whole bunch of sales, but nothing new. Where are my themes? Yes, themes! 3DS theme shop in Europe. I think I heard Mom Brain. Mom Brain.
Yeah.
Can you come here for a minute? We're live.
Yeah.
3DS theme shop.
Oh, it's hot in here.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it.
Woo.
I can't use the fan.
Okay.
3DS theme shop got Hello Kitty has a dog as a friend theme.
Oh.
Hello Kitty says cheese theme.
All right.
I'm sorry. I'm supposed to read how these things go. Hello Kitty strikes a pose in front of the camera.
Like this?
That's it. Hello Kitty is Snow White. Hello Kitty lives in her fairy kingdom. Not fairy tale. Fairy kingdom. Hello Kitty loves pop colors theme.
Boy.
Hello Kitty is a pop kitty. That's what it says.
Like
and that's all your Hello Kitty. Thanks for joining us, Mom Brain.
The pleasure was mine entirely.
Now get this asshole out of here.
Come on, asshole.
I can't show the camera because I'm not wearing pants. Goodbye. The Smiley World Digital Summer theme, the Smiley World Digital Summer 2 theme, the Smiley World Digital Rainbow themes 1 and 2, the At the Beach theme, the Electro Break theme, the Havana Club theme, the Rasta Power theme, and the Music Pack 9 theme. There are only special offers on the Wii U games. There's no brand new Wii U games. Yes, Timothy, I have been so busy. I literally sat down in the chair today to start working, and I haven't stopped yet. I finished my first round on GoNintendo, and then I just started setting up for the podcast, and then after this, I have to do more stuff for the site, like another round, and then after that, I have to do... there's that Fire Emblem thing tonight, right? At 11:30, Fire Emblem Heroes thing. It's been busy, and we're getting ready to go on a trip and all that stuff. Low Camp has the first comment, and he says, Toho Genso Wanderers. It's a real shame that that us in Europe are the only ones left out of any physical release of that game. I'd have bought it in a heartbeat, but as it stands, I'm not going to buy it, considering the huge admission price for a digital-only title. Any other post-launch paid DLCs tacked on. Once again, thanks for nothing, NISA Europe. If you, reader of this comment, have the patience to wait for a future sale and like to play the Mystery Dungeon series, except he spells it D-O-N-G-E-O-N, so I guess that would be Dongyun. Not that I haven't made typos before, but that's a funny one. I'd say go for it. It's basically the same kind of game, starring a cast from Zun's renowned series of Shinto-based Danmaku and fighting games. Boy, I know some of those words. Did Nintendo not make today's North American release as a top story? He didn't. I got to do that right now. For those that don't know, oh boy, what do I type in to get this? For those that don't know, Nintendo on the site is always the one who posts the download stuff. So he does the European and North American download press releases. He didn't tag it as a top story. Well, now it's a top story. It should always, every week it's supposed to be a top story because, you know, it's telling you about the new games that are out. This week's European downloads. Let's see. Here's North America. What did North America get? Mega Man X Legacy Collection 1 and 2. Bomb Chicken. We got the WarioWare Gold demo. So you can download the demo and try out WarioWare Gold right now on your 3DS. Whole bunch of sales on stuff. There's a Capcom sale specifically going on with 3DS and Wii U titles included. Also new this week, these are all Switch: League Bowling, the Neo Geo game Animal Rivals, Arcade Archive City Connection, Beat Rush, Chicken Assassin Reloaded, Frost, Galaxy Variant S, which again is free, Ghost 1.0, Guts and Glory, Hiroki, Hungry Shark World, Lost Phones Stories, No Reload Heroes, Pool Panic, which is the Adult Swim's game, Sausage Sports Club, Semblance comes out on July 24th. Not there yet. And Spheroids comes out tomorrow, which is the 20th. Starship Avenger Operation Take Back Earth, Tanzia, Voxel Shot, Void Space Racing, and Werewolf Pinball comes out tomorrow. So you got to wait a little bit more for your Werewolf Pinball. First comment comes from Steel Diver. He says, never played a Merman game, so I'm not going to be picking up Megan's Sex. I'm going to have to read if there's a typo in there. Pool Panic and Bomb Chicken look interesting, though, but I might wait and see if they get a print from limited run games. Yeah, one of those certainly seems like it'd be the case. No, Mega Man X. I guess he's just joking about how Mega Man X sounds if you say it together very quickly. We did that. We did that. There's the rumor, once again, of Spyro Reignited Trilogy coming to the Switch, which is not a surprise. We've heard. You guys are making me laugh in the chest. What did I even just say? You guys are making me laugh in the chat. I said last in a chaff. There you go, Timothy. It's been a long day. The Spyro Reignited Trilogy has been rumored for Switch for a while now. Nintendo's own UK site put up a pre-order listing for it with screenshots and details. That doesn't just happen by accident. Nintendo doesn't just accidentally get information for a game that's not coming to their system and put up a pre-order page for it. Neither Activision nor Nintendo talked about that at all. It was removed, and that's that. And now we have another instance with something like that. The official Activision website for the Spyro Reignited Trilogy, at least some of them, the German one, the UK one, other European versions, the website shows, when you do the drop-down menu for pre-order, it shows Switch. And last I looked, it still wasn't changed. Obviously, they're going to say it's a mistake or not say anything and just remove it. But this is yet again more evidence of the game coming to the Switch, although Activision hasn't officially said anything. But with what the hell was I going to say? With Crash Bandicoot coming to the Switch and them staying quiet on that for a really long time, and then they were like, here it is. I'm sure it's going to be the same case here. Shillelagh says, I'd say it's like many other third-party games that come to Switch. They arrive much later than on other platforms, and Activision probably don't want the hype to completely evaporate before it arrives, or it's even officially announced. Yeah, they don't want to announce that the Switch version is coming later because they're afraid some people will hold out for that version and not buy it on other platforms. So they're like, oh, wait, let's just pretend that it's not happening, and 6 months from now we'll finally announce it. I see you, Omar.
Go for the chest.
There you go. You want to go for the chest? You got it.
Perhaps that was the most important part.
When we're back to a regular podcast, Kirby is committed to doing the soundboard, so this will be a lot funnier and make a lot more sense. Our final top story is about Arkane Studios, who did the Dishonored franchise. They have a job listing. They are looking for an engine programmer, and the job the job listing specifically says that they want someone with knowledge of platform software development kits, including PS4, Xbox One, Windows, Linux, and Switch. Arkane has not announced anything for the Switch, but why bother looking for someone that has Switch experience if you're not planning on releasing something for the Switch? So I would imagine they're going to be doing something for the Switch, whether it's a port of Dishonored or something brand new. I don't know. But I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. Maybe they'll announce something now and be like, hey, you guys found out. I guess we'll let the cat out of the bag and tell you that we're doing this. I mean, I think Dishonored's port of Dishonored 1 and 2 to the Switch would do quite well. I don't know how well Dishonored 2 sold. I feel like people were really into Dishonored 1, and then Dishonored 2 came out, and people are like, I don't care. So maybe this will be a chance for it to redeem itself.
Yeah, I thought about that too.
I know you did, Barry. I know. I'm making myself laugh with the soundboard. There's so many great things in here that I forgot were in here. Oh, like this one. And the Smash Brothers announcer. Look at this.
Wow, incredible!
Yeah, we need someone to do this stuff. All right. It's like 1,000,000 degrees in here. God. Thanks for sticking with me through that. I know it's more shaky than usual, but what are you going to do? We tried something new. We did some screen sharing. Everybody's like, that's dumb, so we're never doing it again. But that's your top stories. Now, I'm going to talk about what I played. What have I been playing this week? What have I been playing? I've been playing the Switch. I played Fortnite. I'm going to have to look at my Switch to remember what I played. I know I played Fortnite because, like I said, I got that victory with Austin. And I play Fortnite every week. If I get some free time very late at night, which is usually when my free time is, I play some Fortnite. I can always have fun with Fortnite. My mom was on playing last night, and I sent her a text on her phone. I was like, hey, want some Fortnite company? And she never got back to me. What the hell is that all about? My own mother didn't text me back, and then she just logged off. I didn't want to go in there and be like, just sit in the party, and then I'm there, and then she has to play a game with me. Like, I didn't want to make her feel like she has to do that because I know she likes solo games. Hello, Murasaki. And she gets very nervous when she's playing with me because she thinks like, oh, he plays good, and I don't want to ruin his fun. That's no matter how many times I tell her that's not the case. That's what she thinks. But she just didn't answer me. So I get it, Mom. I get it. I mean, it's going to be real awkward in North Carolina tomorrow when I'm like, well, there's the person that didn't even bother to text back their own son. Really looking forward to it. You know what I haven't started yet? Octopath Traveler. I haven't started it yet. It's one of those games where I'm like, I need a little bit more time to start it. And, it's like a 60-hour game, so I don't have a ton of free time. It's very hard for me to jump in and I can't go in for like 30 minutes and be like, oh, let's give it a shot. Okay, that's it. With Fortnite, I can play a game or two in 30 minutes, and then my free time's up, and that's that. Octopath Traveler is different, but I have it. I want to play. I have been playing Captain Toad. I played it on the Wii U. Playing it again on Switch. I talked about it last week. I can't say enough good things about it. I love Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. It's one of those Nintendo Magic games. If there's anyone who hasn't played Captain Toad Treasure Tracker on the Wii U, and you got it for the 3DS or Switch, please shoot me an email. Let me know what you think of it. Where should you send that email? Send it to my personal email, rawmeatcowboy@gmail.com. rawmeatcowboy@gmail.com. I'd be interested to know what you think. Thank you, the Aloe Wolf. The Aloe Wolf says, your parents are so great. I also played some Just Shapes and Beats this week because I'm still slowly making my way through that game. I love chiptunes. It sounded like I said chiptunes. I love chiptunes. I love games that base their gameplay around music. It's a very simple game. I love the simple idea, but how well it's implemented. I really like that game. Really a lot of fun to play. I got to play this with those new headphones. Over here. I got to play with those new headphones. Oh my God. I got to do that. That's going to be great. I've also been playing, which I'm very disappointed about, Guts and Glory. What is the Happy Wheels? Happy Wheels. I love Happy Wheels. Love, love, love Happy Wheels. Man, I haven't played it in a while, but like I really got a kick out of that game. I will always laugh at physical comedy, and that's way over the top, obviously, in Happy Wheels, and lots of blood and broken bones and horrible sound effects, and the voices that the characters do are so funny. To me, anyway. Like there's the dad with the bike that has the sun on the back with like the bike seat for the sun, and like the kid will fly off, and the dad will say, "Damn it!" It's just the way he talks is very funny to me. So I was like, Guts and Glory. This looks like Happy Wheels, but 3D. And I watched the trailer, and I was like, oh, now it really looks like that. I'll give it a shot. So I'm playing it, and it's very disappointing. It doesn't... How can I describe this? It doesn't run well, first off. I mean, it'll run fine in some sections, and I mean perfectly fine. But depending on what's going on, the frame rate can chug. But here's the real kicker for me. When your character can get dismembered by saws and bombs and cannonballs and stuff like that. And hello, Dream On. That's the comedic moments, the funny stuff, when that kind of over the top crazy stuff happens. In this game, when it happens, the game freezes for like a second or so, and then you miss everything. So it's just like, oh, something crazy is going to happen. The game freezes. Oh, you're just a pile of whatever. So like every time it gets to the point where I would find it to be funny, the shock humor value that it's going for, it hitches up. I haven't played it on PC, and I've only played it on handheld. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's like that if you play it docked. And the trailers I've seen on PC don't have that issue, so I don't know if this is just specific to Switch. I don't know if it can be fixed with an update. Hello, Stuz. I honestly don't know. So right now I'm very disappointed, but it has those other elements that I like, but I wouldn't say they're good. I like them because they're bad. Like, it's very simplistic graphics, but that's fine with me. The music is very funny and weird, but I think it works really well for the type of game it is, for the game it's trying to be. It's obviously very much inspired by, if not a ripoff of, Happy Wheels. And another real bad point is, in Happy Wheels, when you die, which happens a lot, you restart right away. It's just click a button and you go. In this one, you press up on the D-pad, or where the D-pad should be, to restart a level. And it goes to a loading screen, and it takes like 5 to 7 seconds. And you die a lot in this game too. So you're doing that a lot. It kills the flow. It kills the momentum of the game. I think with an update, if they smooth out the frame rate, especially when it comes to those gruesome scenes, it could do a world of wonder for the experience, because there's certainly humor to be found in this game. But every time I get to a moment where I am eager to see what's going to happen because things have gone completely wrong, the game hitches up. So I don't know. Needs more work. Like I said, I would have to compare it to the Steam version to see if either version are optimized, or if just the Switch version is lacking. I thought the game was still what do you call that? Not out yet, but what do they call that? You know what I'm trying to say. Guts and Glory Steam. Guts and Glory. No, maybe I'm wrong. I didn't think the full game. Oh, it just happened today. Guts and Glory 1.0 is here, and that's marked July 19th. That's the Steam version. So what you guys know the word I'm trying to think of? No, it's not early access. Thank you, Traskin. That's the word I was going for, or the words or phrase. Yeah, I could have sworn it was early access, and that makes sense because today is version 1.0, so anything before 1 is early access. So I wonder if there's an update for the Switch version already, because it could certainly use one. Let's see. Software update via the internet. Checking for updates. You are using the latest version. Oh, it says 1.0 here. Maybe I got an update and I didn't know about it. I don't know. But yeah, I do want to like it, but right now it's not doing it for me. The pieces are there, they just don't work well. There's silliness and fun to be had in games that are kind of broken, and that's what I was expecting from this, but it's too broken. All right. That's that for that. Now let's do this. I'm going to answer a question. And then can't even see where my keyboard is. What the hell? I'm going to answer a question, and then I'm going to bid you farewell because I have to do more work, and I have to update. I have to do the stuff for the podcast. GoNintendo questions is our email. I just had to fight the urge to say my password out loud. Then I have to pack. I haven't packed at all because I haven't had any time. All right, let's do a question. Send your questions to GoNintendoQuestions@gmail.com. Blake says, over there in the northern hemisphere, it's winter. Well, this question's a little old, and I'm jealous. So what's your favorite thing about each season and your favorite season overall? Personally, I like autumn. It's really pretty, and it's a good time for cinnamon mochas. What season do I like? I don't like winter because I worry about people driving in the snow, and it's very dangerous. I don't. This is going to sound real dumb. I don't like fall because it means winter's coming. That's my real answer. I'm like, here's fall. That means winter's going to be here before we know it. And I just don't like fall because of it. I like summer because Mom Brain is a teacher. And that means she still works and teaches during the summer, but not as much. So she's around more. So that's why I like it. Hi, Rachel. You're really late. So that's why I like that. And then spring is my favorite. I like spring just because it's like the weather's nice. There's no more snow. Summer is coming. That's another reason why I like it. Yeah, spring. Spring's my favorite. I'm going with spring. That's my answer. Yeah, you're right. Drew says spring is too short these days. It certainly feels like it. You just get into the vibe with spring and then it's like, boom, summer's here. And summer goes so quickly too. So, well, I mean, especially like I said, because we have a lot of friends that are teachers. So like as soon as summer vacation for them hits, I'm like, oh, we got to hang out. We got to do stuff. And then there's never enough time. And then summer's over. I mean, look, it's July 19th already.
You stop it.
Mom Brain's getting upset that I'm talking about the end of summer. All right. Well, that's a show. We did it, guys. Well, you suffered through it, as did I, but we did it. Next week will be a regular show. I believe Nikki Hill's going to be there. Kirby will be doing the soundboard. Mom Brain's definitely going to be with me, and she's doing music. So getting back to a more regular show, I'm very excited for the soundboard after just screwing around with it for a little bit. Do I still have it open? No, why would I have it open? That would make sense. I closed it. What an idiot. No, Omar, thank you. Hello, Pyro. So yeah, unfortunately there's not going to be an after show thing because I gotta go. I got more work to do, and it's like 1 billion degrees in here. Die Monster. That one I should have played. It was right at the top. I saw it. You guys have a wonderful Friday and weekend. I hope you play some games. There's plenty of great things out there right now, and more coming each week. Thanks for joining me for this weird Thursday show. And I guess that's it. I want to go to bed. I'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. I click goodbye here. I click goodbye here.